Hi, this is Arya. Please subscribe to Talk System.
So, according to me, like from whatever you've spoken till now, I believe you're an actor who's very, very sensible and who's very, very smart when it comes to choosing what you want. Because rightly, as you mentioned, it's about me. I can choose to be a glam doll. I can choose to be a character which is going to be there the rest of my career. So, what is that one character do you want to do? Like people has to remember me as this character, as this character sketch. People have to remember me for this. Is there anything? Is there anything in your mind?
I don't have any such aspirations. The only thing that I got into the industry with was that there are too many eye candies in the industry, and an eye candy is the easiest to replace. I mean, every generation there is one lead actress who comes and does all the jazz and being, all the latka jhatka she does, and then she goes away, and then the next one comes. So I didn't want to be someone who is easily replaceable. Like I want to be someone who has more to her than just being that. And I don't know, maybe that is the wrong approach because everybody also told me that you should complete being a heroine first and then get into these character roles and as your career is fading away. But I started with acting. I didn't just come and speak bad Tamil and
Yeah.
just be like one dumb girl there standing and just moving around the hero. So people just categorize me. She's an actor. She cannot be a lead hero heroine, and yeah, like as if acting is a bad thing. So you can't change the industry. I mean, this is what it is. I have. You can say I have messed up my career. You can say that. Like most say it to me.
No, no, no. I would not never say that because, as rightly say, it's your choice. Like you can choose to act, you can choose to take a break.
So
But
it is. I do regret that because yeah, people are right. You should first finish being a heroine and then you should move on to these kind of character roles, so that you have a good career, a good span of films, and a good proper career. But yeah, I mean, I just chose films spontaneously. I don't think so much. When a film comes to me, if I feel like doing it, I just do it. I don't think too much.
okay, ma'am, if
Plus, there's a
as
guide guiding me.
as a director, if you have to direct one film like right now, assuming I'm producer, I'm giving you say, whatever the budget is, it's okay, go ahead. If you have to direct one film right now, on which topic it would be, like on which subject it would be?
Probably because I'm a woman, probably it will be more about women abuse, child abuse, women abuse. Probably from the point of view of a woman. That's what I would try to make.
No,
Because
just
that
to
a big problem in our society. It's a big problem because most women who go through things like these are usually outcasted by the society. So they're not accepted by any. They're not accepted for marriage. They're not accepted for anything. They're just discarded, and then their lives just fizzle out. So yeah, I mean, such a bad plight actually.
There was a time in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, considerably Bollywood. There was a time when there was a lot of exposure of skin in comes to heroine. Like there were item songs, there were masala songs, and there were scenes. There were rape scenes. There were glorified rape scenes. So, do you feel cinema is at some point has influenced or has contributed towards women abuse?
Yes, it definitely does. Like whatever you watch on screen, a lot of people fantasize all that to happen in their life. A lot of
Just
ideas
to
can get
just to add more to the especially lyrics. If you notice the lyrics of the songs, I mean, if you understand or if you go deep, there are songs which has double meaning, and heroines have danced for it, and that song it's still hit in YouTube. I don't want to mention the song name. So do you think it okay? Just to you can carry on. I mean, I just want to add that one point.
so the thing is that films and society are image of each other. You cannot stop that. Films are made according to what society is, culture is, And culture and society is also dependent on the kind of films that get made. So I feel filmmakers need to be responsible to create a certain kind of society. But at the end of the day, film industry is usually struggling to earn their own bread. And stardom is such a kind of a place where you have to have good amounts of money to sustain that stardom. So people are not bothered about the society or culture. I mean, any of the film industry people, they are not bothered. They are only bothered about their own money. And so they don't care. They make what will sell. That's it. It's as clear and simple as that. And the entire thing that you're talking of, I think, is a job of the censor board or the government to make sure that only films which do not spoil the society or the respect for women in general should be released. If they make this kind of a amendment somewhere, then only we can change the society. But the problem is nobody's bothered.
With all due respect, were you approached for an item number ever in your career?
Yes, yes. In fact, one song I did, that Nanjapuram song, which was a promotional song, also was promoted as an item song, which it is not. And I was like, yes, but I was approached for a few item songs because I've been doing stage shows. So, yeah. But I don't look down upon item songs, but people do.
No, because there are a lot of. If you look at YouTube, there is one side which promotes the actor's movie, and there is a parallel side which, they cut few scenes. The vulgarity has always been there in movies, especially when it comes to heroines. The vulgarity has always been there. As an actor and as an actress who's part of the industry, how do you deal with vulgarity?
There's nothing to deal with vulgarity as such. In a way, vulgarity in films kind of helps the wives at homes, I would say, because when men are outside and the wives at home kind of don't have to bear any torture from their husbands, it's kind of safeguarding all the other women of the society. So in that sense, I am not anti-vulgarity or in films, and that's what they're meant to do. They're supposed to do. Um, I mean, what's there to handle? You can't. What's there to handle? I mean, if people look at me like that in real life, yes, people do. The moment you say you're an actress,
The
the entire
judgmental thing comes up.
no, yeah, the entire outlook of people towards you change. Whatever, even if you're just playing a mother on screen, people just to look at you differently, very differently, and
Yeah,
usually it is
there
very
are
different.
people.
Then nobody looks at it as an art at all. I might be, but then I'm not society, right? Society I can't change.
Well said, very well said. To again, just to be on the same line, just to be on the continue on the same line, there were few films in Tamil cinema, in Telugu, in Malayalam, or if you look at world cinema, there were few films which were completely written for the female character. The female character plays the major role in that movie. Were you approached with such kind of characters like till date, where you play the major role and then comes the rest of the
But
cast of the movie?
Madurai Sambhavam, I'm playing the major role. I am
Yeah,
everything in the.
apart from that movie, a movie which was large in scale of production, which requires you to travel, transform yourself, makeup, prosthetics, and all that.
So I am ready. I mean, point is, are they ready for me? No, I should get good films, and I am trying to say I'm a good actor. But people should, from the film industry, need to accept that I am a good actor. So I can't plan that.
Okay. Uh, like if today, if you have to take something back home from the films you did with Tamil industry, what is that one plus point, the biggest plus or the biggest gift you've received till date being part of this Tamil industry?
As I said, I love the Tamil industry because all the people I have worked with have been extremely professional. Thank God for it that I met good people. So everything, my payments happened on time. Shooting, if it was planned for a certain day, it will exactly happen at that time. Like, Bollywood, I've seen people wait for the star to come. So if you have a scene with whoever, if that person has a call time of 7 a.m., he'll come at 4 p.m. But you are there on the set at 7 a.m. because you don't know when that person is going to come. And then you're just waiting till he comes. And then at that time also you have to be fresh, do the scene, and like, and then go, whatever. But Tamil industry is not like that. Even the best and the first, I mean, the biggest stars
The
come on
debut.
time. And that is the beauty of Tamil industry, because in the industry, on the sets, everybody is almost equal. There is no, like, even if I do something wrong, Shankar sir is not going to take my crap, and nobody's crap. So that's how it should be. I mean, even if the audience treats you like God, but on the set and as work and profession, it should be professional. And that's what I love about the industry. So I love
Okay.
Tamil industry.
Thank you. I mean, that was the that'll be the tagline for the thumbnail for the video. I love Tamil industry.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love Tamil industry. Even Hindi industry is a little weird. There's too much of hierarchy.
Mhm. Okay, okay. I mean, we don't know much about Bollywood because we haven't interacted with celebs who work for the Bollywood industry or for the technicians. Being part of Bollywood industry, what is the biggest advantage you feel? Like you work with Bollywood films as well. So what is the advantage you think from there I can take something back home? The plus of being in Bollywood.
The language, for me, the language is easy because I know the language.
Only that is that the only plus you think?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I mean, uh, just with the actors and directors and with the technicians growing in this industry, music has been the biggest support of any film, and especially with SMS, Yuvan Shankar Raja gave a very big hit, Oracle or Kannadi, that song. So, how was that experience on shooting the particular? Because that song is still that love failure song, of most of the Tamil fellows out here, even till date. So, what was the entire scene when you were acting that particular song, shooting for that particular frames?
So Orukal Orukanadi was a song, so it was the easiest part because there is no words I have to match, no lip sync, nothing. And it was just montage shots with emoting. So for me, it was like a holiday kind of a thing because every other scene I had to learn my lines, emote, and I had to do my homework and everything. So Orukal Orukanadi, I just had to come for some shots, and so it was easy. And at that point in time, I already knew who Ilai Raja sir is, and I knew Yuvan Shankar sir is the music director, and I knew all that. So obviously, I mean, like everyone, everybody loves the music, so I also do.
Okay, okay. I mean, we have almost come to the end of the session. Just to clarify a few things here on this interview, as a common person, as an audience, how do you think I'm going to watch the movies after lockdown, after especially this pandemic gets over? Do you think I'll come to theater? How as an actor, how are you going to brand yourself? Like, come to theater, watch the movies. What are your plans after lockdown? Are there any movies coming up?
So luckily now we are in the era of social media,
Yeah.
and every artist has his own page to communicate directly with the audience.
Mhm.
So definitely that is one way. I have my own fan page on Facebook. So that is definitely one way I will promote myself. Besides that, I think the film crew and production will anyways do it. Yeah, I don't need to do so much. I mean, I already have a name. People know who's Anuya. So by now, everybody knows I'm no more Shakti. I'm Anuya. People
Yeah.
know me by my name now. I mean, till a long time, people used to think my name is Shakti,
Shakti.
which is not. But so now that transformation has happened. So if you say Anuya, people generally know. And so it's easier, right?
So, anything you want to share to the younger generation of film enthusiasts who want to get in the industry, try their luck and see where they can go? Any suggestions to all the people, to all the 24
Most
crafts?
important, most important advice I would give to anyone from a non-filmy background who's trying to get into the industry is make sure you have a backup plan. You have to have a plan B before you come into the industry. Otherwise, you will just be, if by any chance your dream just breaks for any damn reason because of any kind of pangas you've taken with anyone or had ego clashes or whatever, it could be anything. You should, anyways, in life, you should have a plan B. You don't know, tomorrow you just have an accident somewhere, you have to have a plan B. So I would just say that have a plan B irrespective. Even if you're trying to make a career here, you have to, and do not presume that just because you have had a hit today, tomorrow also you will have a hit. So you have to be prepared for that kind of crisis, basically. Make sure you keep your investments, make sure you have your savings, so that if there is a bad day, you can at least do something, live.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, it was really great. I mean, I had a different perspective today from talking to you, and thank you so much for spending time. And how did you enjoy this entire session? I mean, it's more than an hour you've been right now on live. So, how's it?
I've been doing so many live interviews lately that it's kind of becoming very, what should I say? I'm getting used to it. Only that the questions you asked me were different today. Then all my interviews, I've had only the same questions and the same answers I've been giving. So today was a little different, and I'm very glad to share my opinions on film industry and my perception of cinema in general, because usually I don't get asked such kind of questions, and I love to speak about world cinema and what I really like. So I'm glad. I mean, I got a platform to say all this.
No, it's that's the specialty of the show. Like, we really want to show what people are not seeing yet. I mean, everyone has a story to tell, which is something fantastic. Something, sometimes today, after this interview, there'll be a lot of fans walking up to you asking about which world cinema director to follow, because world cinema is predominantly the topic of this 1 hour. If you look at world cinema, if you look at the interview, we spoke a lot of world cinema and your journey in FTI. I think you can start a mentorship program. I mean, you can start online classes, how to crack FTI
So,
entrance.
so though I want, for me, it was like I definitely wanted to make it a career, and I knew I would be good as an actor. But I love to watch. So it is, again, it is up to each person. I love to watch world cinema. I like the cinema that I watch, not that everybody will like it. They will like what they are watching, and that's what I'm working in, that they like. So that's the only way you can make a career and earn your earning. So be it. That's how it is.
Thank you again. Thank you so much. Wishing you all the best for your future career. You should do a lot of movies, and movies which will stay with us forever. Like characters, give us characters which will stay with us forever, inspire us, and be the best. And do not forget to give us more films and keep entertaining us in all platforms as possible.
Definitely hope God is with me and best of luck to you.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.